to relight it again. Guys, I am so sorry. Uh, if you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. I am so sorry. I planned on coming online 2 hours ago, but like all people who say I'm going to enter a shop just to sightsee, I ended up buying things. See? So what should have been a 10-minute sightsee turned into a 1 hour walk around. I think for me, the thing, part of the appeal is I've never been. I came back to Wimbledon, and I don't think I've ever been. I've been in this shop, but it's been years, and it's so hard to find like original pieces. So people, well, me anyway, we tend to. It's cold. It's so hard to find original pieces. So I may have done the most, as is my way. Good evening, everybody who is online. It got me in Wimbledon right now. I don't know if anybody will join this live, but hopefully people do. Ooh. Sorry, guys. So we're going to do something a bit different since I unnecessarily went shopping when I was supposed to just go sightseeing. If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. Oh, hello. Hello. Hiya. Happy Merry Christmas. In arrears. Right now, we should be planning for Happy New Year. But I don't think we're there yet, guys. Bloody hell, it's freezing. But I guess that's what happens in Wimbledon. Good evening. This is a funky live today. What is it? It's freezing, guys. Let me see if I can put my bags in. I'll have to find the resting point to put my bags in. I dressed a bit more intelligently today. I dressed for the weather. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a good Christmas. Bear with me, I'm just crossing the road. Hope you all had a good Christmas. I had a good Christmas. Had a great Christmas. But as somebody who is introverted and is used to living by oneself, when you have family around or anybody around for a protracted amount of time, it's like they're cursing you out. You know, it's like the worst feeling in the world. So I had to get out of the house. No shade to them. I just had to get out of the house. And I live in Croydon, or rather, right now I am in Croydon with family. So the nearest kind of proper shopping with a bit of class is Wimbledon. Give me one sec, guys. Let me just quickly adjust my headphones. What a mess. Sorry about this. One second, guys. I'm gonna throw everything in the bag. Oh, that's better. Hello. Right. See, I had to get gloves on because if I'm going to be walking around with the phone stand in this weather, my fingers were burning. It's what happened the last time. The live, I had to enter somewhere to cool my hands down, but even then, it really limited how far I could go. So yes, we're exactly 5 minutes in. I've had a chance to do my introductory ramble for 5 minutes to see how many people want to join us today. There are only 9 of us here, but you know what? That's okay. That's 9 more than I was expecting. So thank you for joining me. Check it out. Let me share my scenery with you. Ooh. So this is lovely. This is the Prince of Wales. Like I said, we are in Wimbledon. This is the Wimbledon station. Yeah, doing things a bit differently today. Just wanted to share that with you guys. What are we doing? Oh yes. So the last time we did a Wimbledon live was a bit of a flop, wasn't it? Because I lost network at Wimbledon Village for some reason. So I thought let's do something a bit different today and just explore. Do some walks around and talk. And I want to use this is as you can see, because I'm in the UK, it is getting very dark very quickly. Only and it's not it's like what 4 I don't think it's up to 3. Is it 3:30? I think it's like 3:30. But I guess that's on part because for living in London, living in the UK, it gets dark really quick. So that's winter for you. It's weird. Very unsettling. But I bring that up to say if you are struggling with seasonal depression, which is normal if you're in a place where by 3 in the afternoon it's dark and it's very cold. As somebody who also struggles with it as well, my advice, vitamins, get your vitamin D up, especially if you're melanated, if you're black, brown. Vitamin D, don't take it for granted. And try and avoid bed or sofa rotting. Get up, move around. You don't even have to leave your house if you don't want to. Just do some stretches, move your body, because you don't want to allow yourself to fall into, because it's very easy, especially during winter months, to fall into that desperation, that despair. Try and walk. Try and walk. If you have a garden, try and walk in your garden if you don't want to leave your house. Or if you don't have a garden, if you're living in a flat, just walk down the block. The hard part is standing up. So always please try and stand up. Don't sit down and stay down. Stand up and try and see the beauty in your environment. That will, even that 5-10 minute walk will wake you right up. So yeah, just some quick advice. So yes, as mentioned, I am in Wimbledon. So that's what I'll show you guys quickly before we start our royal roundup, because ladies and gentlemen, it is a doozy. We have these chains we call Gill. So Gill is like it's like one of these so-called upper class. If you look at all these places like the Gills are supposed to be a reflection of how quote-unquote posh or gentrified your environment is, because Gills doesn't just open anywhere. They tend to open like any other chain. They will open where they will make money. And if you want overpriced sandwiches for like 10 quid, 20 to 15 quid. Yeah, oh sorry, let me show you guys the tree. Nice. Check this out. Isn't this beautiful? The one thing I enjoy about Christmas, and I've always said this, yeah, people say it's a religious holiday. I disagree. I think Christmas is a commercial holiday, which is why you 500% Christmas is no longer a Christian holiday. It's a commercial capitalistic holiday. It is quite lovely, the idea of the decorations, the appeal of Christmas music. And yeah, if you just look at it for what it is, a commercial capitalist holiday where we get to pretend we have family spirit. Yeah, it's great. So yes, thank you for joining me. If you're just joining me, I said I was going to use 5 minutes to kind of give people a chance to join. That 5 minutes has turned to 10 minutes. I don't think I'm going to get more people than this. And for those of you that are listening to me, thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's a bank holiday. For whatever reason, you decided to come and listen to my live. I really appreciate you. And this is live, live. I didn't pre-record this. Check out the tree. Yeah, I didn't pre-record this. So thank you for joining me as I walk through Wimbledon and talk about what's going on in the world of the Sussex. Now, we just had a mini live on the 24th, and I did tell you that I wasn't really expecting much, to be honest. But I have to say, I was a bit taken aback, because I didn't expect all I saw between the 24th and the 25th. But quite a lot happened. I think it's worth talking about as we do our stroll. It's quite ridiculous, this family. Every time all of you, anybody joining me for the first time, hello. If you come on my channel, my name is Neka. We talk about the royal family. We try and be objective, but I am a big fan and a defender of Her Royal Highness Duchess Meghan of Sussex, Prince Harry's wife, and the general Sussex family, including Prince Harry. So thank you for joining me. And I'm a big critic of the British royal family. Oh, thank you, Janet. I'm a big critic of the royal family because I am Nigerian and we are one of the victims of the colonial terrorists, as I refer to the British royal family. And there's a lot of reckoning that I feel hasn't been done to make up for the trauma inflicted on colonized communities. And there's a lot of reckoning that I think that needs to be done, and reconciliation. Because I'm not unrealistic, but I'm not going to be able to turn back the clock. It's done, right? And I'm not here trying to I agree with what Harry says. For there to be reconciliation, there needs to be accountability. For there to be accountability, we need to reevaluate everything we've done. And these reconciliations are important so that the communities that were colonized can move on. Many of them haven't been able to move on. And it's not just about financial success or socio-political. The trauma of being told for centuries that the things that are innately your culture is wrong because it doesn't meet Western standards. And like I said, there will be no reconciliation and accountability. Sorry, there will be no reconciliation without accountability. And that is what we're doing here, trying to raise accountability. Look at this pub, guys. Oh, let me see. I have my gloves on. I might come back here, This is a nice pub. It'd be worth coming in for a repast because it is late in the day and I'm not sure how much daylight we have. But yeah, so as I mentioned, quite a lot happened yesterday. It kind of took me by surprise because I was expecting a pretty quiet day. And not so much yesterday, but leading up to the Christmas. Because I don't pay attention to them unless I want to drag them for their nonsense, I completely forgot they were having the carols, the Christmas carols, and they were marketing it as, oh, we're going to have a special guest. But because we're not stupid, we knew that it was going to be Charlotte, either Charlotte or any of the kids. And look, if you've come on my channel, you know I am a big critic of the British royal family when it comes to how... Oops, sorry guys. Sorry. I criticize the family because I do not understand why children are being used as PR. Why are we using the babies as PR? I want someone to explain that to me, like I'm a foolish person. Why are we using the babies as PR? Now, people, whenever I post this on, a lot of people come into my chat in X to say, well, it's a tradition. The kids are the future. People want to see the kids. And I'm like, that doesn't sound weird to you? Like, right? Or if you're not a parent yourself, you have a child that maybe your child, maybe you are an auntie or an uncle or somebody, there are kids in your proximity. How would you feel if somebody was hawking their faces, especially when they are underage, without their understanding of exactly what the hell is going on? It's not right. In fact, there are ways you can involve the children while protecting their privacy. The Sussexes have shown you how to do it. And let's be very clear, guys. This has nothing to do with tradition and has everything to do with the British press. They are doing it for the press. They are doing it to keep the press happy. It has nothing to do with tradition. So spare me the BS. Telling me that, it's for the sake. No, it's not. Because if you cared about those kids, especially William, and this is my problem right here with Billy Idol or Prince William, right? Yes, I know it's always fun to drag him and his laziness. And I know we talk a lot about how, his brother was more or less thrown to the wolves, right? And he was. We've read his book. Our heart has broken for Harry. But William was not some innocent bystander. He was very much involved as well. He got to see the press mob his mom into his mom's life. Whether or not he believed a lot of the things that she was saying, shout out to Harry for vindicating his mom. And we're going to have a year-end roundup where we spend a long time talking about everything that happened this year. One of them being the majestic and decisive victory of Prince Harry getting an apology and winning the case against the Sun Group and their treatment of his mother. Yeah? Sorry for that slight segue. But yeah, we bring it back to William. I stand by what I said, that William, being the elder child, carries the burden of being an elder child, unfortunately. Diana wasn't perfect. Neither was his idiot dad. Diana was too young to marry into the type of situation that she did with her husband and his mistress. And that immaturity, I believe, bled into how she raised William. Guys, I'm trying to have some compassion for William, because all of us, I am an elder child. I'm the eldest daughter. So I understand when you step into the role of eldest child. It places a burden on you. It's like all of a sudden your feelings are invalidated because your parents, when they are emotionally unavailable to parent, place that burden on you. I personally, and I've said it before on this channel, I never read any of Diana's books, but I really believe with a lot of the things that were made public, a lot of the things that went on with Diana and Charles, I believe that William would have been an emotional crutch for her. That's the only thing I would give William a tiny bit of grace for, because anybody who deals with a mom like that, who's going through what she went through, that young, maybe that immature, a lot of emotional burdens will be placed on her son, on the eldest child, which in that case was William. Let's keep it 500%. He's very much a victim of this, as is Harry, but in a different way. There was a rumor, I don't know if this was true, when William was in Eton, he said he didn't want his mom to come and visit him. And a lot of people think, oh, that's cruel. And I'm like, I mean, can you blame him though? Would you? We all remember what we were as teenagers, the selfishness of it. You're very aware of a lot of things. He reads the papers, he's not stupid. His friends, don't forget, teenagers are cruel. His friends would have been privy to all the nonsense going on in his life. Why? Because it was very public. I don't blame him for not wanting his mom near his school. He didn't want that there. His school was probably a refuge for him to get away from the chaos. All of this to say, I can understand if William has some leftover resentment for his mom. Because let's bring it back to George, right? When George went for his volunteering, I found out that, again, I cannot verify this, guys. I'm reading in between the lines of what I was told from various sources. Sorry, from what I read on various sources. They said that Prince, the charity that his dad dragged him to harass that black woman, George did not even know that his mom, his grandmother, had volunteered there with William. He had no idea. So if that is true, it's quite fascinating, right? That the media is the one, and don't forget, guys, the media is the one pushing a lot of this narrative. The media will always tell us that, oh, Charlotte reminds them of Diana for some reason. George has the heart of Diana. But in reality, from that feedback, his dad probably never talks about his mom. And that was very interesting. Because I think we in the squad, the British media speaking on behalf of the royal family, we sometimes forget, and I include myself in that, we sometimes forget that the media also pushes some BS as well. I have no doubt when they want to push a narrative, they will talk to the press. Of course, that's what the press is there for. That's what the press is there for. But besides that, I don't know, I find it hard to believe that William talking to the press. So it's not really surprising at all to hear them create, false narratives and lies and misinformation. Because again, going back to my point about George not knowing that his grandmother volunteered at the place that William took him to, it's quite shocking. And to me, it kind of kills that narrative that the press keeps on pushing, that William is raising baby Dianas. I really don't think that's what he's doing. I think that's what the press is telling us. Well, I don't think that's the reality. Because if William is really feeling that resentment, I know he must be feeling for his mom. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all that he's not really engaging his kids about the grandmother. It's sad, but I understand it. I would expect the kids, actually, of Harry and Meghan to be more to know more about their grandmother, because Harry loves his mom and probably has a completely different perception of his mother compared to his brother, because that happens in families. So I guess what I'm just trying to say, these are still very much human beings. The same way we as human beings ourselves know for a fact that siblings from the same father and mother in the same household are not raised the same. Let's always give William and Harry that consideration. Harry, in my opinion, has a very typical youngest child perception of his mom. William has a very typical older child perception of his mom. Take with that and do with it what you will. This is not to say that neither of them love their mother, by the way, but Harry has a very romanticized view of his mom because he suffered with her as the younger child does, and he himself suffered. William, maybe not so much, or even at all. But yeah, I went off on that tangent to give clarity to the point I was trying to make about why I have no idea why William would be allowing his younger children to be used as PR pawns for the British royal family. But if you understand the dynamic of how these two children perceive their mother and the trauma that they went through, in a way, I guess it's not really surprising. It's not really surprising, but it doesn't mean that William will not get lashed by me, because William, he really should have done better. Now, I know some of the Rangers will come into my chat and ask me, well, what did you expect him to do? This is the tradition, according to what I've been made to understand, for the royal family to survive, the British people need to feel, get that. But it comes back to my point. Isn't that what Kate and William are supposed to be doing? Are Kate and William not supposed to be visible enough? I'm not saying, because look, the reality is there's no way they can completely protect those children. I'm not saying don't bring out the kids. Like now, they had the Christmas walkabout. Once a year, maybe twice, with big events. But I don't know. I still don't understand why William could not find a way to protect his children a bit more. I still stand by that. Because those kids are not going to thank him when they get old enough. Once George starts going to secondary school, I don't know what secondary school they are sending him to, but this is 2025. This is in 1992, or 1998, when Billy Idol and his brother were in Eton. This is 2025. The press are not the people have social media now, TikTok, Twitter. God knows what else these kids have. Twitch. Do you think George, as he's becoming aware and growing up, and he will start making adult friends, not adult friends, but friends outside his circle, do you think he'll be grateful for all this attention? Maybe. Maybe not. How do you insulate somebody like that? But at least George is a boy. I've not even thought about Charlotte. Because this is new. She's the one I feel the most sorry for, to be honest. She's the one I feel the most sorry for. Because at least we have a blueprint for William and Harry, two boys. Both badly treated in the press in two different ways. But we don't have a modern blueprint for a girl. Charlotte, do you think the press is going to be kind to Charlotte? Why? Because they are showing her off with her cute little church clothes. Charlotte steps 1 foot out of line. They're going to drag her. Trust. What happens when Charlotte starts going to school? When she starts having girlfriends? When she starts wanting to date? You think the British press will manage any form of restraint? Really? It's one thing if Charlotte was the eldest child. She's not, by the way. She's never going to be the heir. She's more or less the spare, as is Lewis. You think the press is going to manage any form of restraint? What I'm trying to say is this. The privacy of those kids should have been managed. The privacy of those children should have been respected. Sorry, guys. They're not old enough to understand what this is all about. And that's one of the things that really frustrated, because I have been very curious about how the British monarchy is going to manage those children, their privacy and their safety. But all I'm seeing are the same old patterns. And it's worrying, because don't forget that Harry is not going to allow them to do that with his kid. So now the press needs to make money somehow. They can only talk about Lily's hair for so long. They don't know what Lily looks. They probably know what she looks like, but they also know they will get sued to high heaven if they print any of the images of those children without their parents' consent. So, what do they have? Maybe until what? They are 18, 16? I think it's 16. I could be wrong though. They have until those kids are 16. Before, and even then, I can't see if for as long as Harry and Meghan can manage it, you are not going to see those kids' faces. Just accept it, trust and believe. Right? There's a reason they live in California. So like, what's going to happen? It's kind of like a story of, okay, so how are they going to survive if they can't? So they don't have the, I mean, like I said, there's only so much criticizing of Charlotte's hair before people get bored. So they need content, right? They can't access Harry and Meghan's kids. So guess who's next on the chopping board? Charlotte. And this is how they start. They always start with, oh, look, she's so cute. She's a tiny Diana, even though she looks nothing like her grandmother. But okay, she looks more like a Windsor. I would say she looks more like a young Elizabeth. But I guess don't let the British press, think out. They have an agenda to agenda. But then the more, like, I recall going on X, and I'm not even joking. Some of the derangers were saying things like, oh, look at little Charlotte, she's so Diana-like, side eye. And then for whatever reason, out of effing nowhere, they decided to bring in the Montecito kids. And I was like, what the hell? And once the derangers and the bots start pushing that agenda, who do you think is going to follow next? The press. Because even though they can't see Lily and Archie's faces, it won't stop them from doing what they do. It won't stop them from playing comparison. If they can't see their faces or print their faces, they'll find other things to compare them with. And this is where, again, I hope William and Harry, but I'm not worried about William and, I'm not worried about Harry necessarily, because I know Harry will sue you if you spread lies about his child. He will sue you, and I'm not sure if that's a line the British media wants to cross, to be honest. I'm not sure if they want to play that game with Harry. But you never know. I'm not worried about Harry. It's about William. William can only sue for so long before he has to play along for the survival of the monarchy, quote unquote. So I'm curious, when he says he's going to do things differently, instead of harassing your sibling and disturbing their titles, how about putting measures in place to protect your children's privacy as long as you can? That to me would be a better use of your time. But like I said, if we think about it, this has nothing to do with William and Harry, but everything to do with the British media. They are the ones pushing the narrative. They are the ones pushing the narrative about Diana, even though I don't think William is talking to his kids about his mom, to be honest. They are the ones pushing the agenda about the Montecito kids. Again, I also don't think William is even thinking that much about his brother's children. I know he is competing with his sibling for press, competing in a way that was, thinking about the protection or his brother's kids actually. But time will tell. They quickly ran to produce George when they saw that the actual foundation is expanding into philanthropies to include Archie and Lilibet. They quickly ran to get George out in front of the media for some reason. And we also how that turned out. So yeah, let's see. I think what's coming next, guys, and I'm not really happy about it, but it's going to happen. I think what we're going to see next, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to see more of the royal family using those children. Yeah, by bringing out George, by bringing out Charlotte, they are signaling to us that that's when the game is changing. So I guess I don't like it, but we'll report it anyway, because like we have to, right? Sorry, I'm on the road. I want to show you guys something. Check this out. I know you don't care, Abby. I know many of us don't. But here is why I do and why we should. Because if you think they're only going to speak about the Windsors without dragging the Sussexes into it, you're very naive about how the British press work. Just by Charlotte coming out, they've already created a comparison with Lily. It's a war. That's what this is about, and you need to pay attention to it so that you know how to handle it and you know how to push back. We're not working in isolation here, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what they were doing with Harry and William. The only difference now is because they don't have access to William and Harry, they've decided that, okay, they want to start playing this game with the children. So it doesn't really matter whether you agree or not. That's what's coming down the pipe. So I'm showing you guys the really beautiful Christmas decorations here. And then when you add the beauty of the older houses, it does look quite pleasing. So I hope you guys are enjoying what you're seeing. I don't want to stop too much because, it will be weird. These are people's houses. Like I said, it's part of the reason why I love coming around these areas and doing my evening walks. You get to see beautiful old architecture, well decorated, well designed. There's a beauty in that I wanted to share with everyone. So yeah, like I said about it, they had that ridiculous Christmas. Oh, this is nice. See the tree in the house and the tree in the bushes. Yeah, that's it. Oh, sorry guys, let me just turn it back around. We'll get in the bus soon. A conversation about children and how we talk about the children, because it's coming down the pike. Billy Idol, his wife, are not doing enough engagements for, and even when they do engagements, people don't care. I should probably call out that even with bringing out Charlotte to enhance her boring Christmas Carol event, if you look at the online engagement, it was very low. No one cared. They won't like that. By they, I mean the press. Because if nobody cares, even when she brings out Charlotte, then you have to remember the press need to make money. So if by reporting something as simple as Charlotte playing the piano is not going to get engagement, and the press needs to make a living, what do you think they are going to do next? They're going to look for scandal, incrementally see how far they can push. I'm very curious and a bit excited to see how Harry and even William manage how their children are going to be represented in the press. Let's see how far they allow things to get before they step in. But yeah, that's enough about the children. I just wanted to get my thoughts out of that because like I said, I believe that's what's coming down the pike. The war of the children. As sad as that is to say, that's coming. I was doing some reading and I don't know, guys. I am not seeing, it seems like they've all agreed to not talk about Prince Andrew. They've made a central decision not to discuss Andrew at all. I'm curious to see how that's going to go. If they will talk about Andrew, then what's next? Tutti. Where can we go from here? Just looking at the buses, guys, to see where I go. Whether I go back to Wimbledon, or I get to Streatham. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. Christmas. Hollywood Road. Okay, I could go on the 57, you know. Yeah. Get to. You guys are about to join me on the bus. Yeah. Why not? It's not if I'm doing anything like that. We got the bus. 2 minutes, guys. Did everybody have a good Christmas? Did you guys see family? How's everybody doing today? If you haven't experienced the British bus service, you're about to experience it now. When we get on the bus, I'll talk more about the message from Meg for us, for Aseva. That was literally, I brought it up. Hey, Electra! Hey, all. Hi, Abby Rose. As soon as I get on the bus, we'll talk about it. Yeah, I was going, because, and this is why I wanted to get that out of the way, so that we can have a proper conversation about, you know, the message. And I think it's very baffling and very telling that by just sending out a marketing, because that was a marketing message, the British media, again, this is what I'm telling you right here. You say you think it's boring, we're talking about the Wills's kids. They know it's boring. They know it doesn't get engagement, so of course they're going to create engagement by creating fake chaos. What's wrong with Megan releasing a flyer about her business on Christmas Day? Hello? But they've taken that now and used it to turn it into something out of nothing. Sorry guys, the boss is soon be here. And we can have a proper conversation. Okay, it said the boss was going to be here soon. I don't know where the boss is. That's another thing about the British bus service. Always one fiasco or the other. So the bus coming soon. When I get on the we'll talk more about it. If you haven't been to London and you want to come south, I do recommend it. Wimbledon is a nice part of the world. Something a bit different, something that isn't central London or London Bridge or the Big Ben. Thank you so much. Hello. Hi. Let's get on the bus.
Clapham Park at Kings Road.
Honestly, and this is what I was telling you guys. Bear with me, I'm on the bus. But let me know if you can't hear me anymore. I'm going to turn around the screen so you can see the view I'm seeing. Is your subway faster than the bus? Yes, it's a train. It's another the British Transportation TFL is honestly it's a testament to what used to be very good engineering. Almost everybody all over the world has been inspired by the train service in the UK. It's a shame, thanks to capitalism, they've completely lost all the plots. They used to be very, let me just remove you. They used to be very, very good with engineering. It's a real shame. Exactly, Abby. And I was saying that it's baffling that a simple message, and let's be clear guys, she wasn't sending a targeted message. It was a simple message, a marketing message.
At Kings Road. This bus will wait for a short time for a change of drivers to take place.
Oh, for goodness
We
sake.
apologize for any inconvenience to your journey.
I'm using my headphones, but please guys, let me know if you can't hear anything. Yeah, so we're going to wait for a bit. We can hear you in our area. There are no buses. The rural area. Oh, Abby, are you? I didn't know you were in the UK. Where are you?
That's Abby.
I got some chocolates. There we go. Yes, and that's something, this is part of the reason why it's going to be very hard for a lot of, for me especially, because I do not drive. And even if I drove, I don't think I want to move away from the city because I don't want to have to be dealing with that. So where I am right now, I'm in Wimbledon, which is not even where I'm spending my Christmas, but it's not too far. I got here on the tram. But like the buses, this bus I got on, like it was like every max 10 minutes. But this bus was but the thing about it is because there are so many buses going in different directions to this particular central Wimbledon location, you could go on any one. Like this bus, I'm coming in the 57.
Clapham Park.
Abbey Rose, you're in the middle. You're in the Midlands, Jesus Christ. Well, at least now I know why your transport is shite. No offense there. The Midlands is beautiful. I do love hikes around those areas. But yeah, again, it is the short-handed behavior of the British system that all the good consistent transportation investment is only down south. My as ever, I was telling a friend, yeah, that I made the mistake of bringing the apricot spread. I'm so glad, and I brought the strawberry. My family member has wolfed down the apricot spread. I think in like a day they finished 2 jars. And I was like, the strawberry I bought, I quickly went to go and hide it because I only have like a jar left. And I was like, people will not play me because I don't know when I'll be able to get the strawberry again. Megan is not selling the strawberry as a standalone. And I don't know if I want to buy more orange. I live in London right now. I'm in South London with family for Christmas. Electra Storm, I meant how long for either transportation. So the underground, the TFL is very, very good. I think the longest wait you will ever wait between trains is 5 minutes on any line, unless there's some sort of an engineering problem. But yes, London is very expensive. Oh, you deal with, oh, bless you, you deal with flooding. Oh my God. I'm always getting, because around this time of year, there's always so much like, flooding on those low plains. So I do empathize with you, Abby. Yes, Electra, the apricot is very good. Sorry guys, the bus is waiting for a minute. Let's keep it 500%. At the British press not always bitching and complaining about something. It's a bit preposterous, right? Because like, and I think you said it perfectly. How is it possible? How is it possible that the future king and the future queen, and even the reigning king and the reigning queen, can be overshadowed by the Spears wife's business, by the way, a marketing circular she sent around to people who are subscribed to her. And I want to be very clear, guys. If you were not subscribed to Meghan, you would not have received that press release. That just goes to show how ridiculous this whole thing is. And I also saw the press release on People magazine. So I'm like, you people, thanks to the way you harassed this woman, have made her SEO so powerful that if she so much as posts something even by mistake, Meghan could very well just come into somebody's chat and say hello. It would be headline news. I mean, how ridiculous is that? I'm very sure if you ask her, it's not something that she asked for. She didn't ask for you to make her the Beyonce of online news. You did that. And now you will not let us hear what. Check it out, guys. I'm showing you guys the views. This is Wimbledon. So yeah. If you ever come to London town and you want to see something beyond the, I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't see the stars, the Big Bens and the rest. Sorry, guys. But if you want to see more than the Big Bens or Tower Bridge and see how a lot of average people are living,
57.
exactly, Electra. You could
Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
Wimbledon is a very lovely part. You get the shops, but I know for a lot of non-British people, what the appeal of the UK is that whole village thing. Yeah, if you come to Wimbledon, they have this beautiful park. They have the Wimbledon Village. You get all of that beauty. So and then if you go down the hill, you can also get the shop. So you get a lot of everything together in a place that is London, if that makes sense. And there's so much more. If you guys are enjoying this series of me going around and looking at places and talking to you, I can show you more places that you can check out. Because the works are also helping me too. I'm enjoying talking to you guys. So yeah, I was listening to the radio, and this is the thing. Like, it's so ridiculous, right? How is it? And I was telling some, and we discuss it all the time. All they have to do is just ignore her. How are you complaining that somebody is stealing the spotlight when you're the one giving her all the attention? I told you that I think all these derangers, including the press, there's some sort of mass psychosis going on. They pretend they don't want to talk about her, but they can't stop talking about her. It's madness. It is utter and complete madness. And this is how shameless these people are. If Megan woke up in the morning and said, you know what, I want to give you an exclusive interview, all of a sudden, guys, they'll become her biggest fans. They'll be singing her praises. Children, all of them. I mean, the village life in the UK is, and Abby, I don't know if you live in a village, but it's lovely hearing from people like that. I think people really romanticize it because they don't realize that if you live in a village, you don't have access to the same type of transportation services that they have in the city. You don't have the shops. You really have to drive, to be honest. And it's not like, I personally, I wouldn't mind visiting. I love it because I hike a lot. I wouldn't mind visiting a lot of the countryside and the villages and all that stuff. But would I move there? I'd stay long term? Absolutely not. No shade, Abby. But yeah. They can't believe message. I still don't understand how. But Abby, maybe Abby and everybody else, maybe you're seeing something I'm not. Because I saw her releasing the announcement, but I don't think I saw. I didn't see it necessarily overshadowing the Christmas walk around nonsense they were doing. Which is why, again, guys, don't forget what I said, that the British press like to push an agenda. There's a lot of people were talking about the walkabouts, maybe even more than usual, because don't forget we had there was a lot of discussion in the press about, is Beatrice going to attend? I think Beatrice wasn't going to come. I was surprised to see them there actually, which means I think Charles probably intervened and said no, we need to be standing together as a family. And of course, they pushed the children to the front. No, did you guys know? I didn't watch it because absolutely, why would I? But what I saw from the clips, I saw that they were pushing all the children to the front. All the kids, including the Windsors. Tyndall's children were in front. That was intentional. They were pushing all the kids to the front.
To Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
are now heading towards Tooting. I never come this way, but I never have any reason to. So it's all kind of sightseeing for me as well. That's why I went a bit quiet. And I was reading your comments, guys. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments.
57 to Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
Mm.
Mitcham Road, Tooting Broadway Station.
See how nice that is? I think we're turning here.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Janet. It's the 26th is Boxing Day. It's a public holiday in the UK. Although a lot of retailers, because like they want to take advantage of the sales. Sorry, a lot of people want to take advantage of the sales on the 26th. So you find a lot of the retail shops are open, which is actually a bit of a surprise. But it's still kind of empty, as you can see, because a number of people are at home. Exactly. Exactly, Electra. What time is it? I think it's 5 o'clock, so maybe it's like what? For some of you, I think it's be 9 in the morning. For some of you, it's be 12, or wherever you are all over the world. For some people, it's the next day. Actually, if you're in Japan, I think it's about midnight right now. It's so amazing time zones, isn't it? 5:04 p.m. It's 5:04. It's 5 p.m. in the UK, but because of the weather, it's like okay. Most of Midlands was closed. Really? Oh, okay. So you see what I mean, right? This is why I said, Abby, that moving outside London City, because right now I'm not even am I even in London City? No, I think this could be called Greater London. Although a lot of people will argue that no, it's not. I'm like, no, it's Greater London. But because we have access to the TFL, the buses are part of the TFL, and they come every max 5 minutes. You can still see a lot of people are moving around, and because of how wonderfully diverse London is, not everybody here is celebrating Christmas. So a lot of the shops are still some of the shops are open. And this is quite a busy area. We are in Mitcham, Tooting. Tooting is quite busy. But you know what, guys? I'm a city girl, so I personally love how busy this gets. I like it. And it's great to be able to communicate with you guys like this, so that you can see what I can see. I might find a nice pub, but let me get to Streatham. Find a nice pub and we can sit. So you can see around everything. That's a nice pub. My hand is pointing. That's nice. I like how they've decorated the inside. So when you get in, it'll be nice, dark and. Why is there always some bot in my chat? Let me just remove them. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Yes. Like I said, it's just when people complain about London, I'm always genuinely baffled, because there are very few cities in the world where you can literally find just about every subset of a culture here. And I think that's London's strength, right? The diversity of it. It's beautiful, and it's something that we should all celebrate. And when you look at London, it kind of feeds into, people kind of hopefully understand when you say things like, when the British press is trying to tell everybody all over the world that London is a war zone, it's a lie. Or when they say things like, oh, in the UK they hate Meghan, and I'm like, what are you talking about? In a city like this, with this diverse group of people, you think they will move in one body. No, there'll be diverse opinions, diverse points of views. You can't push an agenda on us like that. See, look at this Istanbul, Turkish. I'm very sure if you enter, it's not just Turkey because you can see oranges. I don't know if you guys can see it. Diverse shops. It's just loud. I think we have a few more stops before we get to Streatham. When we get to Streatham, I'll come down, then we can talk some more. Because I'm on the bus now, so there's only so much I can be saying without being a nuisance to everyone. So you guys get to see all I see right now. The beautiful city of South, well, not city, the beautiful environment, the beautiful South London environment. So where
57 to Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
Yeah, Abby. Because we're a city. Look at the Christmas tree. We're in Tooting. For those of you that are wondering, well, we came from Wimbledon. We're now in Tooting. I do enjoy bus rides. I would like. It's kind of like the best way. If you ever come to London, I highly recommend it. If you can get one of those, all our buses are double decker. So if you can go up on the higher decks and get a seat for like what less than £2, you can go long distances, and get a view of the sights. It's very nice.
57 to Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
For the council estates.
Crowborough Road.
Crowborough. If I hadn't entered that shop, I started the live at 2 o'clock, would have had more daylight. So sorry about that, guys. The shops are open. It's a nice day. We'll soon get down at Streatham and then we can have more of a chat.
Mm-hmm. 57 to Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
I think we'll get to Streatham Hill soon. I can come down.
Eastbourne Road.
Eastbourne. Oh, right, yeah, Eastbourne. Okay. And you see, the estate planning is so well done because we've just gone through quite a lot of shops, but you can see houses here now. People's homes, flats. So what that means is if you... Is it very... I think it's because I have my headphones on. That's why you see I can't really talk very much, guys.
57
I think I'm disturbing people.
Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
It's very silent on the bus. I think it's because I have my headphones on. Is it very cold? Yes, it is.
Nimrod Road.
I had to wear gloves because I was holding the stand for the phone. I can't just... If I wasn't holding the stand, I'd have just kept my hands in my pocket. Because I'm holding the stand, it's too cold for me to do it without my fingers burning, so... And yeah, I was saying about London's estate planning is so well done that you can be in your house and walk to the shops. You don't have to drive a car and drive miles. You can just stay in your house. And you find that most houses or most suburban parts of London, they will have, if not an off license, or a Tesco, Sainsbury's that is walking distance. Yes, I am, Abby. I'm on an up decker so that people can have a good view of everything I'm seeing. I didn't expect the bus to be faster though. I didn't expect us to be here this long. So thank you all for your patience. Because
57.
it's a bit too cold to just walk, unfortunately. And you can see how far we've come.
Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
You can see some of the residential. Yeah, Sainsbury's good. Sainsbury's, Aldi. And even like, Waitrose has some, if you want something a bit fancy. I like
Cross Road, Mitcham Lane.
what I do enjoy about Sainsbury's is like you want to get your patties or your posh like nonsense, you can get them from there. And yeah, I was saying it's a testament of the estate planning that their shops you can see we've just come down a stretch of road where there's a lot of residential property, but see right at the end of the shops you can get a takeaway, you can get something to eat. People are never living so, and again that's one thing about urban planning. I don't know about other places like where Abbey Rose lives, that's a bit more countryside. I don't think they have that type of urban planning. Not that they don't, but it's a country. If it's a village for a reason. Oh, sorry. It's a village for a reason.
Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
Thank you, Janet. Like it was a good tour, but it was a bit unexpected. I didn't expect to be on the bus for this long. I thought we'd be quickly at Streatham. Oh, in case I wasn't really clear, all of this environment is called Southwest London.
I use it then to finish all the books.
Dahomey Road.
Let me embrace the tour. The one thing that the south of London has compared to the east, even the west, is quite hilly. So, can see you. We are almost at Streatham, guys. I'll put my gloves on.
Thrale Road.
Put my gloves on so now I can come down straight into the curb. It was a very unexpected tour, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with me. I just figured that I really enjoyed our last conversation when I was out walking.
57 to Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
Hopefully you guys can get to see beautiful from somebody who actually lives here. I'm not the nonsense that they are saying in the media, lying to people, telling us that the UK is falling apart. Nonsense, utter and complete rubbish. Oh, look at that tree. See, that's a nice little pub. See that? Pubs. I don't know how anybody would look at that and say that it's a bad thing. Clowns. See, I stretch them now. Abby, here's your favorite Sainsbury.
'57 to Clapham
Level of the bus. I didn't guys. London. I am from tour of London. We have double deckers. Yeah. I really enjoy. I personally love the bus because what better way for less than £2 to see to just get lost, go sightseeing. But I know where I am going. I know this is going to take me to Streatham. From Streatham, I can find my way back to the place I was staying with my family in Croydon. Or we can, come down and talk a bit, maybe get off the bus. Because I can't talk that. I can talk, but you know how it is when you're on the bus with people. Look at the homes.
Ambleside Avenue.
I am on the top level. So while we're doing this, I was thinking of doing a Discord where we can get together and talk for the new year. If anybody is interested, I'll put it in as a post. We could all kind of let's
57 to Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
Okay, so we're almost at where I think I can come down. I think Streatham Hill. Or maybe I might come down before Streatham Hill. There's a very nice pub. But that pub will probably not be open. So I'll probably just come down Streatham Hill and get the bus. Look, Sloane Square. That's also a pretty nice place to go.
Stratton St Lennox Church.
I think that's a pub. From what I've heard, and this is what we talk about when we talk about gentrification. A lot of these places were pretty they were basically shitholes, low crap. Nobody wanted to come around. The people didn't want to buy around here. The council didn't want to invest.
To Clapham Park, Atkins Road.
But then once gentrification entered the whole thing, it completely transformed it. And signs of gentrification in places like this, because London buildings are very old. You will see the buildings look cleaned. They have things like, you know, bars. There are certain types of things you will see, chain restaurants and locales that you will be like, okay, richer people are moving into the area. They're bringing their Pilates, their yoga, you know, all that nonsense. Yeah. I'll have to come down soon. Because this bus is going to Clapham Park and I'm not coming down at Clapham Park. Let me see. I have to come down soon. Yeah. Maybe the next stop I'll walk back. Let me see. I think I have like one more stop before I have to go down, come down, or I've gone too far. Too far.
Beckmead Avenue.
So I just have one more stop and I have to come down. The country, hello Chantal, this is the UK, yes. Specifically, this is South London, Southwest London. Check it. Oh, you know, I think I'll just come down here. Okay, guys, I'm coming down. Okay. Let's see if you let us up. Okay. Oh. Woo. Yeah. I would have gone up the hill, but it didn't seem like it didn't make any sense. I've already come too far as it is. Hi guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the very impromptu tour that we just had. There's another bus. Let me see if I should get on that one. The thing that I wanted us to do, I don't think it's open. So I might have to get on this other bus coming. Sorry guys. It's freezing. And even though there are things open, not as many things are open, unfortunately. Let me check. Let me do a mini cafe. Why not? Yes. Yes.
Anything else?
I know. What type of tea was it?
Breakfast tea, green tea.
Sorry guys, I had to get some tea. I've entered into a really nice cafe. It's a chain. And again, most of these are chains. I think I'll make us sit here because I'm worried about the network. Yeah. This has been fun. Actually, let me move us here so we can get some privacy. Let me show you guys where I am. So this is a cafe, a nice Costa. Actually, no, I think this is, no, this is not Costa, sorry. This is, oh God, what's it called? I forget what it's called. Oh, I don't have my headphones on. Sorry, I didn't realize I had taken off my headphones. I'm so sorry. Are you going by the bus numbers? Yes, I was heading towards Croydon. Yeah, I was heading back because where I was Wimbledon. So it brought me to Streatham. Let's put this down here. Yeah. I can take my gloves off now. Like I said, I only have the gloves on, guys, because it's cold. Bloody hell. It's actually quite cold in the UK. Electra, I was cooking tea. Of course, no problem. Like I said, I appreciate all of you for joining me. Like I said, we had an impromptu tour because I didn't realize that the bus from Wimbledon to Streatham would take that long. I thought it'd be like 20 minutes. I feel like it's taking longer than that. But you guys got to see South London, which is not considered to be sexiest part of London. And I'm glad that you did. For those of you, wherever you are all over the world, on this Boxing Day, thank you for joining me. We were talking about Megan and her as ever messages. Did you guys, I know some of us got the as ever goods. Did you guys get to use it during Christmas as well? With your family, with your cooking? I brought the as ever apricot and the strawberry. I ended up having to hide the strawberry because I didn't realize that people were going to love that apricot the way they did. I was kind of taken aback actually. I thought we could use it for some sort of, dressing on the chicken. But they were scooping it like they were scooping out, like it was something you would buy at Tesco. I was like, don't stop scooping it up like that. I had to buy this internationally. That's a cup of tea. This is English bread. Hi, Sharon. Hopefully the music is not so loud. The last video I did, I had to remove all the sound from it so that it doesn't get copyrighted. That's what I'm saying. Posting on YouTube is so hard now. You can post something and you don't get the ad revenue you're supposed to get because of one thing or another. So then you have to spend all this time copywriting and re-copywriting. And over the holiday, I'm going to reorganize my YouTube. I should have done it by now, so apologies, guys. Put everything into a playlist so that it's properly. I'll do it over the break. I have family living in Reading. Oh, okay, that's nice. Where are you babes, Sharon? Next time, bring your as ever to me. Sure, when we meet up, why not? But the English squaddies in the house. I know Abby says she's in Midlands. Oh, you're in Canada, of course. So definitely, yeah, you definitely have family here. All the colonies, the ex-colonies of England. We all have families somewhere. It's quite prolific how much the British were able to, impact all over the world. I guess that's part of my frustration, that you had all this influence. It just goes to show how much of a fumble they had with Duchess Meghan. Imagine having somebody who could have brought, especially some of the more overlooked parts of the Commonwealth together, and losing and fumbling all that because you couldn't deal with her popularity. I'm thinking about this, and it's something that I'm going to discuss during the year-end roundup live we're going to have. Do you think, and this is a question for you guys, do you think, let me see if I can add it to can I add it? No, I can't. Do you think the British, let me see if I can add it as a Q&A. Yeah, let me ask. Do you think, does the British monarchy regret losing Meghan. So I've put some questions. I put the question on there. So I put a Q&A up for you guys. Do you think the British monarchy regrets losing Meghan? Do you think when they sit down and look at this mess they have created, they kind of take a moment to introspect and they regret what they did and didn't do to protect Meghan? I would love to hear your thoughts in the chat. I think they do. I think they must have a lot of introspection. Do you think the British monarchy regrets losing Meghan? Yeah, I think so, Abby. I agree. Because how do you not have that regret? Sorry, let me just quickly. Guys, I'll quickly, please let me know in the chat. I'll quickly let me quickly. I mean, I can't see how they don't regret it, guys. Again, it just goes to show how short-sighted this whole thing was. Because if it were me, I would regret it deeply, actually. They can't, I want you to understand how bad this is, ladies and gentlemen. They had the Royal Variety Show. The Royal Variety Show where even in the coldest of winters, don't forget that our winters are not as cold as they used to be. People would be showing up and showing out because they wanted to see the royals. Nobody was there. The British press that like to over scrutinize, yeah, they didn't even talk about it because why? They're probably thinking, why bring more attention to it? Nobody was there. And I'm sure they do because Harry and Meghan, say what you want about them, they were a good distraction for the British monarchy. All the things they did and they didn't want to do. No, Abby, I did mention it on my channel, and I'm so glad that they shut down that rubbish, because if they hadn't, yeah, and those pictures had leaked, it would have been a thing of Harry was leaking pictures. By setting the record straight, I said it then, and by letting the British public know exactly what pictures he gave them, he put them on the spot. So if those pictures that he gave them leaks, everybody will know where it came from. And not only will Harry sue, but it will make the monarchy look particularly bad, especially the king. That why are you leaking pictures of your children when you know full well that Harry doesn't want his kids' pictures out there? I think they all do, Sharon. I think they all do. Because when Harry and Meghan were distractions, they could get away with not doing any work. William would have probably been very happy to protect his own children and allow Harry's kids to be destroyed in the press? Oh, yes. No, but you see, they can't print pictures of the children without the parents' consent. Even, I don't know, I think even in the UK, you can't print pictures of children without the parents' consent. I could be wrong though. That's why you notice. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not sure if we have the type of laws they do in America. But if you notice that, sorry guys, one sec. If you notice, sorry guys, one second. I'm trying to get this thing to hold the stand, the phone. Have you observed, ladies and gentlemen, that even when Harry, I don't think they can print those kids, because even William and his family, right? They only print pictures of, I think, even when they started releasing pictures of their children, it was on their own terms. They didn't use royal photographers. At least that's what they claimed anyway. I don't know if that's true. When they started releasing pictures of the kids, it was on their own photographers. It was on their own terms, right? So I think that's another access that the British press have probably lost, thanks to all their shenanigans. The protection of the children's images. I believe that by using their own photographers, they can license those images. So if you publish their pictures without their consent, or use their content without their consent, they can sue your ass. So any money that you think you're going to make from those children, they are the ones that will give you that picture. And I believe that's why the British press is salty with Harry and Meghan. Because guys, I'll be honest, even though the kids are in California and there are laws that protect them, those kids will not always be in California. They might go abroad. They won't be young forever. And I really truly believe that the press might get their picture one day. So I think what Harry and Meghan will probably do, this is what I think, I'm happy to be corrected though. I think they will take the pictures themselves. They will copyright the pictures and license them. And they will say, okay, you want the pictures, come and buy the license. You know, like, or they will give it to specific outlets to publish. And they will do it in that way so that, you know, the frenzy of, oh, who will get the pictures of the kids first? They are the ones that will, because they are the ones dictating the terms, the frenzy that will drive up the price, I don't think it will be there anymore. I think Harry and Meghan are the ones that are going to show us their children when they are ready. Watch it. Watch this space. And that's why the British press is annoyed. Because it's similar to when Harry went to Aspen. The only way they could publish Harry's face in Hello magazine, all those, they paid for those pictures. Those pictures were licensed and they belonged to Aspen. I believe Aspen was the one releasing the content. They were posting it on their social media. So if you want to publish it, you would have to either get their permission or buy it from them. That watermark they are putting on the pictures tells you that they had to pay to get those pictures. And that's why the British press is annoyed. Because now, yeah, they will make money, but it won't be the same as if they had exclusive pictures, if you know what I mean. It's one thing to buy pictures that are already publicly available on social media. Like, I don't read Hello Magazine, so why would I have to buy their magazine? I could literally just go on Aspen's Instagram and go and scroll myself. You know what I mean? So losing that exclusivity is money. And I think Harry and Meghan have understood that. You see. Exactly. Exactly, Abigail. I don't know if Megan will do it though. I doubt it. I don't think Megan. I think it's coming, Chantal. I think it's coming. I gave a live or a video a few days ago where I was talking about the Megan Thee Stallion case. And people were wondering, what has this got to do with Megan? And I was like, it has everything to do with Megan. Don't get it twisted. Everything you're seeing in the media right now, Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Megan Thee Stallion, and those ridiculous bloggers, all of this are setting legal precedents that makes it possible for people to sue online commentators, including those YouTube channels, Chantal. Because don't forget, like, if we think about it, as frustrating as it is for us guys, if we think about it all those years ago, I don't think there was enough legal precedent. That's why when Megan wanted to sue the Daily Mirror, she had to send that letter to her dad because she knew he was going to leak it. And they fell right into her trap. They fell right into Megan's trap. Oh. They fell right into Megan's trap. And she could take them to court. And have you noticed that since then, no letter from Megan has ever been leaked to the press? A very good example, the letter that she gave to her dad. That was a warning that, look, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. If you want to keep on testing my gangster, leak another letter of mine. It was a warning. Because this is something that Bonnie was saying. Bonnie was saying this. If you follow Bonnie on TikTok, they were. Did you the Sun? It's just that I don't post them anymore because there's only so much nonsense my brain can take. The Sun were pretending to not understand why Megan didn't want to go and physically see her dad, and the way Cameron Walker was talking, it gave me the impression that that letter that Megan sent to her dad, the press has seen it. They've seen that letter, but they're not stupid enough to print it. Why? Because after Megan sued Mirror, won, and also won on appeal, and don't forget, it's not just the winning, it is the having to publish an apology, pay her. Which newspaper is going to want to take that chance again? It's the same thing with the Harry and Meghan pictures, with the Lily and Archie pictures. Knowing how intrusive the British press are, it will not surprise any of us to know that I'm very sure they know what Archie and Lily look like. Don't forget that there's a picture of Archie and of Meghan and Harry taking their children trick or treating. They were able to get the back of their heads. They never printed their faces. Why? Why not? Because they knew no newspaper would touch it. They know what's going to happen. Not only is it illegal, yeah, in America, and if they cross the line with legality, American, knowing Harry and how powerful he is, Harry could probably, and other celebrities could probably go as far as blocking publication in their country. Who wants to lose their license over that? It's don't forget, it's not just the money. You could literally, especially when you're seen as breaking laws, you could lose your license, you could lose your ability to operate, because it's criminality, right? People could get arrested. Who wants that? Who wants to deal with that over what? Pictures of children? So again, by suing all these people, they set a precedent. It's the same thing with William when he went to France and we're dragging him for it. Yes, William and Skeletor were wrong because they were supposed to be working, right? But I think how they were able to get away with suing successfully is because the children were published. If they had just taken pictures of William and Kate, I'm not saying that there wouldn't have been legal peril, probably, but they were able to probably not only sue them successfully and get money, is because they also published the children. So the children is the kryptonite. And I have to give it to William in something that he has also learned for himself as well. As long as they are with the kids or they use the kids as cover, they can be going on their 2011 holidays. So the next time a paparazzo wants to take a picture of William and Kate, they can probably get away with taking a picture of William and Kate, but they should leave the kids alone. The same thing with Harry and Meghan. Exactly, Abby. Because everything is all fun and games until there's actual legal peril. It's all fun and games. I noticed how I was saying it in my video. The instant the US government got involved, that's why you see quickly Caroline Malone came out to release that stupid article. Caroline Graham, came out to release that stupid article to try and defend herself, even though it was indefensible. You know, once the government gets involved, once there is severe legal peril, it's no longer tabloids again. You could lose your reporting license. People could actually go to jail, and you could get financial penalties. Is it worth it? It's not. And that's why they continue to bash Harry and Meghan, because that's as far as they can go. They can mock Lily's hair, and they can do that because Meghan is posting her on her social media. But if they see Lily walking down the road, they wouldn't dare post her picture. Even if they are trying to paparazzi getting from all angles, they wouldn't try it. Not in California, because it's a crime. You will go to jail. So yeah, I have to give it to Harry and Meghan. The way they have managed to, legally protect themselves. It's a lesson that I keep on telling the royal family. They could learn from them. They really could. Anything they are doing with those children, Charlotte, William, and Louis, is intentional. And that's why I get frustrated. Because I'm like, there are ways you can literally protect your children until they tell you they want this legal peril. They want the potential, problems that comes with being in the media. But I don't know if they will. Honestly, I don't think they will. So yeah, it's protection. As for the regrets, I have a theory that we are going to see Meghan in the UK next year for the Invictus Games. Wait, is the Invictus next year or the year after? I can't remember. Anyway, whenever the Invictus Games are, we're going to see Meghan. I don't know if kids, but we'll definitely. I don't think we'll see the kids, but we'll see Meghan. Meghan she went to the UK. She will be in the UK. Don't tell the royal family the king is the crown and sovereign. Stop staring at the crown. I don't even know who this is. Are you high? I don't know who you are, Phil. If you had a negative opinion or a separate opinion, I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't mind people who disagree with me, but I don't understand what you're talking about. And I'm not stirring up crap. I'm speaking facts. If you guys were not so whipped with this scrounging British monarchy, you would agree that what I'm saying is true. I don't know, and again, it just goes to show how audacious these people are. I don't know why they thought that Meghan would play this game. Again, this is why they continue to be pressed and frustrated with Meghan. She's not falling for every bait they throw in her direction. They attack her, they attack her kids, they attack her business. Not a peep out of her mouth. She's not listening to them. She's not reading it. She's not getting involved. Are you, Mr. Phil, are you also ex-royal gardener? Because nowadays, anybody who has had any proximity to the royal family, even though they most likely never exchanged any words with any member of the royal family, suddenly becomes a royal person. Yeah? I don't really care if you're an ex-crown servant. It means nothing to me. Nothing I'm saying is a lie. Finishing on her and these mockers scoffers took advantage, especially her halfway. I go to bed at night and sleep very comfortably, knowing that they will never have access to Meghan again. They will never have access to Meghan again. Do the British monarchy regret losing Meghan? You said no, Charlotte. Why do you say no? I think they do. Really do. I think she's the superstar they needed. I think they hate her because she's living as a royal on her own terms, as is her husband. The crown is impartial. Is it? In what way? I have no idea what Phil Stabler is talking about. What do you mean by impartial? What does that mean? Yeah, I don't see Meghan coming back here again. I know what impartial means. I'm asking you, what do you mean by the crown is impartial? This is the issue I have with all of you doing. Come into my channel, you say some nonsense, but you never have any information to back it up. What the crown is impartial? What does that mean? And what does that mean in the context of this conversation that we're having? Meghan is the best thing, the most organic thing that has happened to this ridiculous family since Diana. If I were them, I'll be crying every day for how she was not welcomed, protected, or treated. You know, it might be, but here is why I don't believe it's William. William is notoriously known for not being able to read. I've been telling you people that him and Skeletor are illiterate. People don't believe me. This man has a reputation of not being able to read. So the fact that Mr. Stabler knows, and he actually used decent punctuation, how to read and write, is how I know it is definitely not Billy Idol. I was going to do a series where I walk through how I don't believe kids can read. But then I realized that I don't want to become a deranger. I don't want to be mean for the sake of being mean. The fact that she can barely string two words together without any intervention from us dragging her is enough. Is enough. I love how whenever the British press are trying to show kids, they never show her talking. Have you guys observed? They're always either muting it or they're always adding subtitles. So embarrassing. This is somebody that is supposed to be the English Rose. She can barely speak English. Again, this is not me mocking her for not having public speaking skills. I can't speak publicly. But you see, if I was Kate Middleton and I had access to all the money, resources, and time, I'd be decent by now. Just saying. The fact that she has not tried to even improve herself just says everything you need to know. Are you British? Yes, I am. Very much so. Nah, to me, there's no point being. This is why I'm saying I'm not a. This is why I tell you guys that I really believe derangers are. They have mental health issues, because you see, there is a line that you go from being critical to being cruel. I have, even though it would be funny, the only way I would do a Kate Middleton is an illiterate series is if it is related to something topical. I'm not going to do it just because I want to make her look stupid. To me, there's no need for that. And I'll tell you why. I believe that British press already does that work. I was telling you guys in a video a few days ago, I think the British press, because don't forget, everybody is a victim of the algorithm, right? They have probably realized that a lot of people mock Kate Middleton for her inability to speak. So whenever they post any articles about her, they are mocking her in some way. Like when she was giving that speech at that business thing that she was doing for early years, the BBC puts I'm paraphrasing, the BBC headline was, Kate Middleton gives her first speech since she had cancer. There's a way they said it that kind of came off as mocking. ITV, Chris Ship went further. Chris Ship said, there's a way that he said it that was just so insulting to me. And I was like, is this how you're speaking about your future queen? More or less calling her an idiot. I was like, Chris, it would have been easier just calling her a moron. The British media already mocks Kate quite extensively for her lack of intellectualism, for her inability, because it's a very hard thing not to compare Kate, who you claim is the most popular royal, the so-called quintessential English rose, to the American who is married to the future king's brother, who is well educated, extremely articulate, a public speaker, a philanthropist, businesswoman, entrepreneur. The accolades speak for themselves. And I think, look, the British media are getting very bold. You will see, it's only a matter of time. Whenever they post articles about Kate working, they are mocking her. So in my mind, the only way I will post anything about Kate, I don't want to join them in that cruelty. What I would do though is I am looking for the right situation where I will bring up her lack of intellectualism and her inability to be articulate. If you know what I mean. I want it to be organic. I don't want it to be cruel. I'm not a deranger. I want something that will make it topical. So I keep on waiting. I'm still going to do it. I have a lot of things I've put together, but I'm waiting for that thing that she will do that will make me put it all together. Leave Kate and Meg alone. When did you see me attacking Megan, please? Did you know if you've come on this channel by mistake, let me be very clear. This is a Megan Sussex fan channel. I was comparing the two women to highlight how lacking the future queen is intellectually. I didn't even talk about the fact that Kate has an eating disorder, but well, don't push me. He's a troll, Abby. I want to see. He hasn't said anything that will make him kick him out yet. I thought we were going to have an intellectual conversation because I don't have any problem with people who disagree with me, but like, give me something. Just call me names. Just give me something meaty. I've laid my arguments bare. Tell me why you disagree. If you can't, I'll just block you. Okay. Yeah. This is it. The Rangers. Never have anything useful to say. This live has been going on for 2 hours now. I think this is my longest live now. I don't think I've ever spoken to you guys for this long. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Yeah, I got rid of it. It's Williams bots. I wish. I don't think I'm as popular. I am not popular enough for Billy Idol. God knows. I'm not popular enough. I'll be flattered though. If Williams bots are here, maybe we can go back to him and ask him why he's not protecting his children from the press, or why his wife can't read. But yeah, like I said, with the Invictus games, I think I really truly believe that we might see Megan before the Invictus games. I could be wrong. I hope not. I don't think we'll see the children. I don't think. I'd be shocked. I'd be very shocked if we saw the children though. That would stun me. But that'd be great though. But I really don't want them to bring them. I really don't want to see their faces until they're at least in their teenage years. You know what I mean? Let them have a few more years of privacy from the onslaught. What else? Yeah. I really think, but I will save all of this speculation for the end of year live. So in the end of year live, I will advertise that I'm going to get a list of everything that's happened this year with the Sussexes. We're going to have a conversation, and guys, I really want it to be interactive, so I'm going to put a lot of Q&As in the chat. I want us to please come. Let's have a proper discussion about how the year has been for the Sussexes. We will go through the body of work, the successes, what we're happy about, what we want to see better in the new year. I don't even think it will be mainly the Sussexes. Of course, we'll drag the British royalty because, of course. And yeah, there's one last thing I wanted to say before I have to head off. Exactly. I have no interest in seeing the kids. That's what I was saying. I know Harry would like to bring his son for Invictus. Even if he brings him, let him bring him in a way that we don't see Archie's face. Maybe put him in a quiet private suite where he can see everything, or bring him. You know how when Megan was here, they had private meetings with people and they chose what to publish and what not to publish. They can do something like that with his son. I think they'll do something like that. I think they'll bring the kids. We won't see their faces, but they'll have private interactions. Yeah, did you know what? Oh, actually, you've given me a good idea, Abby Rose. I think I'll do a Q&A. I'll put a poll on the post on the channel. Guys, bring up all the topics you want us to cover during. It's going to be a long live, because we're going to do the retrospective. We're going to look back from January, from Megan writing 2025 and breaking the internet, until the end of the year, because I think this has been an extremely successful year for the Sussexes. I think we all agree. And then we're going to also talk about what are we hoping is going to happen next year. On top of my list, international shipping for Azeva. Megan, it's time. I want to see Megan more. I want to see her do more fashion shows. I think Megan will get a Vogue cover. Watch this space. I think Megan is going to be at the Met Gala. I think Megan is going to be on Vogue. I think we're going to get another. Megan's romantic comedy production is coming. I think this is going to be a big year for them. I think Megan's Azeva business is going to expand. I know we're going to get more with Love Megan episodes if she wants to do them. And yeah, it's going to be a very exciting year. I think we'll get another podcast. What do you guys think? Do you think we'll get another stuff else? The funny thing is, and this is something that I'll do more research into Abby Rose. I wasn't really, because I tried to avoid leaving the kids out of it. I saw people say, I see when their clothes sell out, but I didn't really, but I think I'll do more of a review on that for the end of year retrospective we're going to do. And yeah, I have a lot of expectations for the Sussexes, for my own channel. And it will be a way to get feedback from you guys as well. What do you want to see? Because I want to use this time. I've had almost a year to work on the channel. There are things I want to do better, things I want to improve. It would be nice to hear from you, get your thoughts. And I want to expand this channel. I really want to grow this channel next year. So it'd be good to have a conversation with you guys to see, how that goes. But yeah, I'll have a look, Abby, at the selling out of clothes. Hi, Alphas. Oh, you've got me just at the end. I need to head home now. You've got me just at the end. Hopefully you find this video. I'm going to do a live. I will advertise it well in advance. Don't worry. We're going to do it next week. And we'll have a mini Discord session where we can talk to each other. Really? That's amazing, Abby. I had no idea. I had no idea. Yeah. Because I think it's because Megan dresses Lily in clothes that average people want to wear. Not stock up frock style from that people, the average Joe can't afford to buy. If you're dressing her in a $10 dress, $20 dress, the average person can afford that. If you're dressing them in £50 clothes like Charlotte and Co, who's going to buy all that? Posh kids, yes, not the average Joe. So again, it's all there. Yeah. And one last thing for us to think about. Do we think that Meghan or Harry would be interested in getting Lilibet and Archie involved in their own campaigns, maybe selling out clothes, not as models, but things that we can raise money. I know Meghan was very keen on her children understanding money and making money, so that they can, which I think is fantastic. I think a lot of modern people can relate to that. Many people nowadays, their kids are working, they're on YouTube, maybe they're doing things, and like, I don't know if Meghan wants her kids to go through that scrutiny, but I think there's a reason why they involve them in actual philanthropy. I think they want to get them involved in a way that is responsible. In a way that is responsible and not exploitative. Exactly. I would love, let's talk about, again, I'll put a poll up and then we can talk about, again, all the things we want to talk about during the live session. We'll go through the numbers. We'll talk about the realities of raising celebrity children. Because take away royalty, these are celebrity kids. Yeah. I don't know. You think we'll be? I don't think we'll see their faces, Abby, but I think we will see them. The way you saw Archie with his head down, helping out, and the way you saw Lily helping out, I think we will see them, but we won't see them. I would love that actually. Let them grow up understanding the value of money, the value of charity. It's not just living in our expensive home in Montecito. You know, there is we actually have to help people and do good for the world. I would love to see that. So yeah, I'll put the poll up, guys. Please get all your topics ready. Next week is going to be the big one, the big year-end live, where we talk about the royal family, where we set the record straight, where we talk about our hopes for the future. And yeah, I look forward to it. I need to get back home now. I think this is the longest live I've ever done. I want to thank everybody for staying with me. Abby Rose, Electra, Chantal, Elfast, thank you for being here. Tabrez, hello. Who else was on the live with me? I'm scrolling through all your messages, guys. Charlotte, wherever you are, thank you. Nelly, hello. And for those of you that continue to support Sharon, Electra, of course, I've mentioned you already. For those of you that continue to support this live and support my channel, I really appreciate you. You guys are such a blessing to me. I wouldn't be doing this without you. Even if it's just 2 of you, 3 of you, 5 of you, I don't care. The fact that you guys are enjoying this content and you're joining this community and helping us amplify. Don't forget that the purpose of the channel was to try and bring some more positive Meghan content. I'm sick and tired of going on the algorithm, typing in Meghan's name and recoiling when I see all the hate. I want us to get to a point where we click on Meghan's name, we can see my channel popping up where we are talking positive about the Sussexes, you know. So I need you guys, but we'll discuss it more, how you can help support the channel. Next year, I really want us to boost the channel's popularity. And it's not even by doing much. If you want to join memberships, fine. But just by liking the lives, liking the content, subscribing, sharing, that's enough. Subscribing, because you're helping boost the amplify the algorithm. So we'll catch up next week. Thank you all for joining me. Merry Christmas. And I see you as we do the year-end wrap. Take care, guys. Have a good one.